Hello and welcome to the 16th video in this beginner series programming a tire puzzle game on the iPad. So at the end of the last video we got quite far, we were able to slide the tiles around the screen, and now we're going to start building up the actual functionality of the game. And the first thing we're going to do is put the reset button, the hard and easy buttons onto the screen. So this should be fairly easy because this is all code that we've seen before. So we'll make a sprite for the easy button. And I'll just paste this in a couple of times here, and we'll make hard and reset button in this way. So we have our sprites here declared for that, and now inside the init function we're going to initialize those sprites. And again, I've got the sprites inside for retina and for non-retina all inside the same tile sprite sheet. So we're going to need to use code very similar to this line here to decide whether we need the iPad HD extension on the buttons or not. So I'll just copy and paste the code in for one of the buttons now and then talk through it. So initializing the hard button, we do again sprite with frame name, exactly the same as we did for the sprite board, and here I'm adding on the extension if necessary for retina. And you'll note just here that's slightly different to above. I've put the file name, what was stored in the file name here and then used here. I've simply taken this code section here, and rather than store it first in a file name and then put it in, I've just put that directly into here like this. So that should be fairly easy to follow there. Just saves putting it into file name first of all, really. Saves one line of code. And now that's done, simply need to repeat this for the reset button and the easy button. So I'm just going to type here the reset button and quickly paste that into the various parts here, and it's called reset, and the position for the reset button is 5 by 669. I've already had a look and play around with the best 5 by 669. Here I've already had to play around with the best positions for the buttons. And then the last one we want, of course, is the easy button, which we'll also paste into here, and it's called easy. And the position that I found for this one, which was reasonably okay, was 5 by 110. And note I'm setting the anchor points also for these at 0 by 0. That's just something I prefer to do usually, is have the anchor points there. Okay, so that should be our buttons now initialized. So if I now build the application, I just Command and B and it's built, and now run the application on the simulator and it starts up, and now you can see we've got our reset, easy and hard buttons have appeared on the app. So now one more thing I want to do in this video is I just want to go up to where we receive a touch, which is here, touch began, and here we've already returned if we're out of board for the touch location, and the if that is animating. So if we're animating, we don't want to respond to the touches that we make on those buttons on the edge, but before we return because we're out of board, let's actually have some response to our button pressing our buttons, and we're going to use the if cg rect contains point, which you've seen before, and then we need our rectangle. So in terms of the easy button, we've got easy button, and then we can get the bounding box in this way, and then we simply need to put in the touch location, in this way. So this will say if our touch location is inside the easy button, then what we'll do is we'll simply log to the screen that we know that the easy button has been pressed, and then we'll return no, we don't want to do anything more, we don't want to allow any dragging or anything. And exactly the same code, I'm going to just drop it, I'm going to copy and paste this a couple of times now for the hard button and the reset button. And then let's drop hard into here and reset into here. And then we'll run the application again now and just double check that the console fires up what we say when we touch these buttons. So if I press here, we can see good, reset is pressed, here easy pressed, and here hard pressed. Good. Okay, so our button presses are being detected. So hopefully that was all fairly clear. It's fairly simple code compared with the last video. Comments, questions, criticisms welcome as always on YouTube.